You know, it's absolutely unacceptable how Western society has just allowed anime to slowly corrode the values that it has. Every day, I wake up absolutely flabbergasted by the fact that such blatant attempt by Japanese media to erode and corrupt the normalcy of gender norms has been allowed to go unchecked for so long. Where is the vigilance that should have prevented such propaganda? I mean, it isn't even a recent thing. Just look back on old anime like Trigun and Rurouni Kenshin that have had male characters act like bumbling fools and let themselves submit to beatings from women, even though they could absolutely win in a fight. Disgraceful and an obvious attempt to teach boys that it's okay to let weak girls beat them. I mean, if I didn't know better, I think it was some attempt at juxtaposition for these men who have lived extremely violent lives and are trying to throw themselves into sillier, light-hearted personas. But that would imply that a man who could ever want to stop living a hyper-violent lifestyle, and that's just hilarious. What, did it hurt their feelings? Anime needs to stop trying to tell people they can walk away from a life of violence. No, you can't. Get back in there and stop trying to have fun with your life. And don't even get me started on Naruto. You know which character really grinds my gears? Sakura Haruno. I mean, the audacity to have her main fighting style be something as masculine as tanking blows and punching things, a display of pure strength, while her teammates have to resort to using magic attacks is simply shameful. And she started out as such a good female character too, weak and simply crying out for help, but then Kishimoto had to fumble the ball and give her development and make her one of the strongest ninja in the world and a goddamn medical doctor. And from what I've heard, in the novels, she actually went out of her way to create therapy for children. Therapy! Well, she's definitely a woman. I mean, do you think half of the stories that take place in Naruto would have ever happened if child therapy was a thing? Think, woman! And Naruto isn't the only series to do this. Have you seen One Piece? There's this one chick named Nami, and just look at this, walking around half naked and proud, distracting us with her where was I? Oh right, this chick is supposed to be the goddamn navigator of our ship. What bullshit is this? Why are the men of the crew letting a woman tell them where to go? It's so insidious with Zoro, who canonically has no sense of direction. Honestly, it is a clear attempt to teach boys to rely on girls for direction in their lives lest they get lost. Just another example of propaganda taking roles away from men and giving it to women. And of course, she gets to hit the characters when they do something stupid. And don't even get me started on Sanji with his I don't hit women shtick. Disgusting. Or how about MHA that actually has Ochako go out and learn combat specific moves to better her capabilities as a hero despite wanting to start out as a rescue type hero? Well, who does Mochi Girl think she is? What is it with anime and insisting on having female characters improve themselves as warriors? The battlefield is not their place. They need to stay in the kitchen. At least Nami isn't trying to be a frontline fighter, but she still can't go to the kitchen. You know why? Because of Sanji. Not only does he allow himself to be hurt by females with no attempt at recourse, he actually makes them food and serves them delicious meals. Does he think women are interested in men who can cook or something? And on top of that, anime has clearly been making a concerted effort to undermine the relationships between men and women, and it's only gotten worse with seasonal anime that come out. I mean, Netflix released an anime called Romantic Killer about a girl avoiding romance, and she's portrayed as a hero. What? And it dares end by trying to justify some guy's aversion to female attention with some excuse about being traumatized by a stalker and being blamed for it because he's a handsome guy and how that makes him nervous around girls and all that weak shit, despite the fact that all that happened was a grown woman expressing attraction to him and mailing him gifts while low-key committing identity fraud. Weak. Am I supposed to, what, understand that this is supposed to be an example of how expectations of romance can cloud the realities of people's lives or something? The anime dares try to have a discussion over expectations and pressures of romance in the modern day that isn't simply telling the woman to get married. What a horrific timeline we live in. But there are far more examples I can look at. Look at Kakegurui. It introduced us to a perfectly acceptable main character with Ryota. Sure, he's a loser, but we could have seen his come up. But then this bitch showed up and took over. And what about Ryota? Am I supposed to believe he's meant to be a straight man who acts as a POV and grounding character to the insanity of Yumeko and the school around him, which is why he was introduced first, but isn't actually meant to be the main character because the name of the anime, Compulsive Gambler, clearly describes Yumeko? Such bullshit. Or what about Mikasa? Yet another female character who dares to Moving on, Even JoJo's is a victim of this, exchanging its manly men protagonists for effeminate men who use things like strategies and really unique powers that create interesting fights. And with Stone Ocean, it just went fully into the whole premise by making its main character some woman. Disgraceful.
Alright, let's see. Shit! Hyacines down! Retreat! Oh damn it, we're losing her!
And do I have to say anything about like Nagatoro? Its main conceit is that the main guy is submissive and shy to the girl who teases him. A girl who we're told is a goddamn martial artist. Wait, another one? And then there's Tomo-chan is a girl. And I gotta ask, is she really? Because she definitely doesn't act like it. At the very least, the series is giving her good character arc of trying to be more girly to get the guy's attention. I just hope it doesn't pull some bullshit about how they're both misunderstanding each other and that Tomo doesn't actually have to change her clearly problematic behavior, because Jun's refusal to ask her out is more born from his own hang-ups about getting in a relationship with his best friend and not anything actually wrong with her, and that despite her nature, she's still a girl, which is why the series is called Tomo-chan is a girl, because being a girl worthy of affection is something set in stone without having to actively engage in traditionally feminine actions. That would suck so bad. Honestly, the only thing that truly gives me hope are things like this that talk about how Dragon Ball is relegating women to housewife roles, because at the very least, I can trust that whoever made this definitely doesn't watch Dragon Ball, and maintains a healthy level of disrespect for motherhood by calling any woman who actively takes care of their children housewives, even if they have jobs, and treating the idea that they choose to take care of their kids like it makes them into a complete failure as a character, which is great. At least some people realize that raising children is unimportant work beneath the level of a man, as opposed to certain anime body daddies. And what about In the Heart of Kunoichi Tsubaki? Who the hell thought it was a good idea to make an anime with only what barely counts as half a male character and an almost completely female cast? Who would like such a thing? Ignore that. Wow, I talk about female characters a lot on this channel. What's the other video I'm planning on releasing today? Okay, why? Where was I going with this? Alright, clearly anime has been a secret plan by the Japanese to erode Western culture's views on gender norms and dating in a secret attempt to emasculate men and make women think they can compete with them, and for some reason no one can see it. But I can. And I will take on this role of prophet if I have to, and fight for the right to protect the American ideals of Gotcha. What? Huh? What do you mean I can't protect American ideals because I'm not even from America?